Hi everyone, and welcome to BUS355 Investment Analysis for the winter 2020. I am Professor Nugent. I will be facilitating this course for you for the 3 weeks. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say that I'm going to open the class up early, so if you want to work early on the homeworks, go right ahead. And one thing about completing the homeworks, you have to register and sign up for My Finance Lab. And I just want to say right now, while I have your attention, when you do register as a student, make sure that you get the full account, not the temporary or trial account. If you get the trial account, I will not see you. They keep you invisible for me until you actually pay for the full account. So I've had a problem in the past where a couple of students would try to get the trial account, which may be for 2 weeks, try to get all the work done in 2 weeks, and then are surprised when I can't give them a grade or I can't see what they've done. So I just want to say that in the beginning before I forget later. Very important. It's also very important to watch this video in its entirety and don't skip through it or don't stop halfway through, because I'm going to be giving a lot of good information throughout the video on this course. Okay, so we're going to go follow the menu path here. So whenever I talk about the Blackboard menu, I mean this. And the first stop is announcements. So under announcements, the first announcement is the getting started. So this is the video syllabus, and I'm going to post a link here, which you're watching right now. And I'm going to give you the top 5 things to do to get started in week 1, which is review the announcements. We're doing that now. Register for the homework manager. Click on the assignments and download week 1's Excel file. Read the syllabus and subscribe to the investing playlist on YouTube. So I'm going to get through all these things as we go through this overview. So this is the first announcement that I email out to everybody and I post on here for you to get how to get started with the course. So the first thing is the homework manager. So I showed you before the homework manager, and you're going to need this course ID. So this is the homework manager course instructor ID. So when you register, which I was showing you before, and I've made it really easy, you just click on this menu, My Finance Lab Homework, and when you click on that, it'll bring you over to, I'll close this again. I'll show you again. So when you click on this, it brings you right to the homework manager. You can register as a student. And then it's going to ask you if this is the ID from the announcements that you're going to put in here. And then that will link you to my course, and you can complete the registration and pay for this. So once you register and log in, it'll take you to the main page. And this is where you can see the e-text for the class. The e-text is here. And this is where you can see the assignments for the class. We're not using the study plan. And you can also check your results. So this is where the My Finance Lab homework assignments will be. So I have all the assignments listed already, excuse me, including a sample exam. So to do a homework, when you click on the homework, it will show you the questions. You click on the question. Okay, so let me just make this smaller. So you'll see the question here, and then you'll have a box to place an answer in the question, and then you can check your answer. So if you get it wrong, it will give you the formula for the question, and if you need more help, go to this View an Example. So this will actually give you an example of another problem, the same problem with different numbers, to show you how to work it out and how to calculate the answer. So you could do the View an Example, or they also have a Help Me Solve This tool, which is sort of a work-along tool. And you also have a quick link to get to the e-text pages to see where this problem is coming from. So if you get the answer wrong, after you read the textbook, go to the question help, you try to answer it again, you might get it's incorrect again, and then you should complete that process again, going to the question help, looking at the textbook, thinking a little bit more, because I'm giving you 3 attempts. On the 3rd attempt is your final check. So if you get that wrong, you get the question wrong, you got to move on to the next question. So be careful when you do the homework that way. So I'm just going to Save this, close this. Okay, so I got that first question wrong. So now when let's go back to assignments. So that's how you would do the regular homeworks. The tests will be in here as well, and the tests will come up only on the day that they're actually due. And we'll talk more about that later. So here I put an example exam. So you can kind of see here, you would start the test, and then as you start taking the test, you answer the questions. Let me move this down, up. So you answer the question, go on to the next question, and then answer that. And then say something happens, the test closes on you, or some such thing, you can always go back into the exam and click on Finish the exam. And this is where you would, because once the clock starts ticking, it keeps ticking. So once you start the test, you'll have a certain amount of time to finish it, and you can't stop that clock. So even if you close out the link or close down your computer and start on another computer, the clock's still ticking in the background. So if that does happen to you, you just click Finish the test, and you keep going on the exam, and answer all the questions. And then when you submit, when you're done, I'm not going to go all 10 questions. When you're done, you click Submit the test, and it'll say if you haven't completed everything, and then you'll get a score back. You won't get the actual which questions you got right and wrong until after everyone submits the test, and then you can review the exam at a later date. So if you want to review your homeworks or your exams, you go to Results, and then in Results you could review your test and review. And this you can only review after the due date. And then the homeworks you can review, so you can click on here and you can see which ones you got right and wrong and what points. Use them to study for the exam. So in the homework manager, you're going to be working in assignments. You'll probably be using Results, the e-text, and also here I put all the grades for the class will eventually be on the homework manager, so you can get an overall score on your performance. So very straightforward and fairly easy to use. I'm sure you've used a homework manager before, maybe even one similar to this, but by and large this is where you're going to go to do your homeworks and the exams. Okay, so let's move on. So and these are the instructions on how to sign up for the homework manager, which we just kind of showed you. I also want announcements have the class schedule. So I've broken out the work for all 3 weeks. And for week 1, we have an exam each week. So we have 3 exams. I'm giving you 150 minutes to complete each exam. So we have test 1 in week 1, test 2 in week 2, and test 3 in week 3. So this way you have tests that are on a smaller set of chapters and a smaller set of problems. So you have a better time to focus on a weekly basis for each of the chapter groups. And we're going over 9 chapters, so we have 3 chapters per test. Here's a schedule of all the homework manager due dates. So you have the homeworks and the exams listed, their due dates. So the exams will only be visible on the day that they are due. So I just noticed that I had the wrong dates here, but I just fixed it. So the first test is on January 1st, then we have January 17th and January 24th, and they're all listed here as well, 10th, 17th, and 24th. And here are the homework due dates. And then we have the Blackboard assignments. So we have 3 different assignments on Blackboard. They're the Excel assignments, which I'll go over in a little bit. And that's about it for the announcements. Let's look at the syllabus for the course. Okay, so this course is what we call an asynchronous class. So it's 100% online class. I will provide the videos, documents, lectures, tests, and assignments, and you can access them at any time. So there's no time we're all going to meet together online or anything like that. You're completely on your own, and you set the best time of day to work on your assignments. So and the tests are online, so we're not going to see each other meet in person at any time or meet online at any time. So what we're going to be talking about here is the financial markets, and we'll talk a little bit about portfolio selection, asset pricing, fixed income securities, options, equities, and the main textbook we're going to use is the Fundamentals of Investing, which comes with, when you subscribe to the Homework Manager, you get a copy of the e-textbook with the Homework Manager. And I have the link here, but also the instructions. When you sign up for the Homework Manager, you'll be getting the e-text there as well. So the learning objectives of the course is really to introduce you to the world of investing, and we're going to be focus on the individual investor rather than the corporate decision making. The investment corporate decision making is more financial management. This course is going to focus more on the mechanics of buying and selling securities, the markets, brokerages, efficient market hypothesis, portfolios, diversification, stock valuation. And the expectations of the course is that you are going to, read the textbook, think about the material, listen to the lectures, and become familiar with today's investing environment. So the methodology I will use is, in the lectures I'll talk about the course material, the chapter material, and hopefully there'll be some. So the methodology of the class is, of course, lecture sessions that I'm going to record, and you can watch on the class playlist, which we'll go over in a few minutes. Excel assignments. And overall, the overall text objectives are going to be explain and apply the basic concept of finance and how to interpret financial data, demonstrate investment management. And the goal is for each student to develop an understanding of investments, and the course to provide an opportunity to see how rational investment decisions are made. And we're going to, in the course, we're going to talk about common stocks, fixed income securities like bonds and preferred stocks, options, and then my personal objective for each student is that you become a prudent investor that can develop a broad relationship or model that explains value, find the input information needed to calculate value, and be able to determine the strengths and weaknesses of each valuation approach. And we'll be using spreadsheet, textbook, lectures, some real-world examples, homeworks, and examinations to kind of reinforce this. So your responsibility as a student is to watch the video lectures, do the reading, and the assigned problems on My Finance Lab for each chapter, study and prepare for the examinations, and complete the 3 weekly Excel assignments. So each test will be 70 points. The homework will be 90 points from the Homework Manager, and the Excel assignments on Blackboard will be 100 points for a total of 400 points. And I will place the Excel assignment grades on the Homework Manager so you can get a total percentile of your grade on there. And this is how the percentiles translate to letter grade. I also have the class schedule here, as well as a couple odds and ends on the syllabus. So that's the syllabus. The PowerPoints are here under PowerPoints that correspond with the lecture. And the class video lectures are here. If you click on this button, it's going to open up YouTube. And in YouTube, we have our own investing class playlist. And in this playlist, I've placed all the videos that you should watch for the class, and a couple of extra videos as well to think about for the class. And it's a great way, YouTube is a great way to organize the videos. And this also works so well on so many platforms: Mac, PC, iPhone, Samsung phone, Android operating systems, iPads, other tablets. So you can really access these videos from almost anywhere. So it's a great option to use. And so that's why I keep this button here to click to get to the lectures very quickly. Here are the Excel assignments. So in these Excel assignments, we have week 1, 2, and 3. You see they're all open, all ready for you to work on. So you just have to complete them before the due date, because I don't accept any late assignments. So be very careful to do your work early, just in case you're one of those people that tend to have problems at the last minute. Your Wi-Fi goes out, you have to get rushed to work, you have a fight with family members, you get arrested, or if you're someone constantly having these things happen to you, I've opened up the homeworks early enough so you can do them early, so that way when you have your emergencies, you don't have to worry about the assignments. because you have to keep in mind there are no exceptions. I don't accept any late assignments, and that's why I open up the class early. You can begin the class early, and you can work on the assignments early, but you can't work on the assignments late. So let me show you how each of these work. So the first one is 33 points, and what you're going to do, I have 2 video files here that you can watch to help you complete the assignment. So you're going to download the Excel assignment. It's a spreadsheet. And then you're going to open up the spreadsheet. And in here, let's just keep this within the window here. So in the assignment, you're going to complete the assignment. That's why it's important to watch the videos. And there's usually multiple tabs. Here we have Chapter 3 and Chapter 2. Once you're done, you would save the file, click on the link here, and then you want to click on Browse My Computer to attach the file, and then Submit. And then I will receive your Excel document, and I will grade it, and then put a grade in the Blackboard gradebook for you, or and then I will also put the grade in the homework manager. So that way, because Blackboard, I'm not going to really use Blackboard for most of the grading, so I might just put the grades directly in the, at the end of the course, I'll move them directly into the assignment manager so you have a better idea of how you're doing overall in the class. Okay, so there's 3 Excel assignments. The last one is worth 34 points. And the first 2 are worth 33 points for a total of 100 points. And every Excel assignment comes with multiple YouTube videos to help you complete the Excel assignments or understand what I'm asking for. And these assignments, I created all these assignments myself, and they're based on problems you'll see in the chapters and on the exams. Okay. And of course, in tools, there's various tools for the Blackboard. In discussions, we're not going to run any active discussion boards. In the past, I've tried to run discussion boards. Students don't seem to like them or want to participate. But if you wanted to, feel free if you want to create a discussion board to discuss anything investment related, or if you want to ask any questions of other teammates, I'll leave the discussion board open. If you want to participate in them, that's fine with me. And if someone is active in the discussion boards, I'll certainly review them and reply to them as needed. Okay. Let's go back to the top. Now okay, so that's the class in a nutshell. I hope you found this video helpful. So at this point, what I think you should do is sign up for the homework manager. And again, don't sign up for the trial period. It usually leads to big problems later on. I've had students who sign up for the trial period that when they renewed it for the full period, the homeworks were lost, results were lost. So it's best if you just sign up straight up for the full homework manager and don't mess around with the trial period. It's not worked out well for students in the past. And you could download the Excel assignments and start reading the textbook and start getting started with the exam. I think you will do very well in this course, and I'm rooting for you to do well and learn a lot. And I'm always available for you. Please email me if you have any questions or issues, and you may get started with the class as soon as you'd like to. Thank you, and take care.